In the wake of strengthening ties between India and UK, both countries had concluded free trade agreement. And what is this free trade agreement about? So free trade agreement is agreement between India and UK in which they had negotiated on various terms and they had made trade easier and cheaper. In these circumstances, it's very important to know that what kind of benefits both countries are getting and providing each other. Hello and welcome to the In Focus series of Drishti IAS. I am Ritu and today's session is about India-UK Free Trade Agreement, and we are going to talk about that what is Free Trade Agreement, on which terms they had negotiated, which kind of benefits they are going to provide each other. So we are going to talk about that. So let's move towards the news part. So the news is that both country has concluded the free trade agreement and they had concluded with the double contribution convention agreement. So we'll also talk about the double contribution convention agreement, and here we'll talk about that why such kind of what you can say ties is necessary between India and UK. As you already know that there are a lot of geopolitical tensions are going in and around the world, and India is a largest trading partner of what you can say USA, China. So we export and import various things from the USA and China, and these two countries are involved into various kind of controversy. And here we can also see that USA had also imposed tariff on India. In this circumstance, it's very important to find another market where India can trade freely and without any restriction. So that's why this is also one of the background in which India is trying to negotiate with other countries, where India cannot be much dependent on the superpowers like China and USA. So we'll talk about that. Before going to any kind of discussion, as you already know that Drishti IAS is in Noida. So we have launched ISGS Foundation course there. So if you want to enroll into ISGS Foundation course, you can call us on 87501 and the course is available in both the medium, Hindi medium and English medium. Similarly, we have this particular course is in online mode, so you can find it on Drishti Learning app and you can avail newest features so that it can be very much helpful for your examination. Now we'll talk about the shot in the arm for Indian companies, workers and centers. So here we'll talk about the Double Contribution Convention Pact. So what is this Double Contribution Convention Pact? So it prevents any officials or anybody who is going to UK to pay for the social security, because they are already paying India and they were already paying in UK also. So there is what you can say double contribution for a person. So it prevents those person that you have to pay at one place, that is India, for 3 years. So that is they had concluded on the Double Contribution Convention Pact, and Indian employees on temporary UK work visas will be exempt from such payments for 3 years, potentially saving up to 20% of their salaries. And this is expected to benefit over 60,000 IT sector workers who are working into the UK, and they are going to benefit India by rupees 4,000 crores. So in this way we can see that the employees who are working into UK, they will be benefited and they can save their salary up to 20%, which is a very relaxing news for them. While the UK will not change its immigration policy, it will streamline business mobility under professional visa category and different kind of things. And under professional visa, they had provide different kind of professional visa to the chefs, musicians, yogis. So they are also expanding to the other sector apart from the IT sector. So here we'll talk about the what are the social security contribution. So this is a mandatory contribution by any employee to pay for the necessary, just like pension and other things. So this is called as social security contribution. So here in India, these are regulated by the PF Act 1952 and managed by the EPFO, and India already has a social security agreement with several countries allowing Indian workers abroad to continue contributing to Indian schemes. And in these circumstances, what happens that if they move to another country, they had to pay for another country also. So India had made such kind of the agreement with the UK that they just have to pay in India because they are already deducting their money here, so they don't have to double what you can say pay, and they have to compromise their salary a lot. And the new agreement with the UK will extend this benefit, exempting Indian companies. So we already know this thing. Previously, such contribution cost Indian business an extra 500 euro per employee annually, adding to their overall tax burden. But right now we are exempted by it, so we will use this money somewhere else. We'll talk some more, which is about that we are going to get benefit on the British whiskey, car, because under this particular agreement, British Scotch whiskey and cars will be significantly reduced, making them cheaper in India, and they are going to reduce by from 150% to 75%, also 40% to the 10th year, and auto tariffs will be reduced to 10% within a quota. So it depends that which kind of the car and things they will decide accordingly. And in return, the UK will eliminate tariffs on 99% of the product category. And what are the products? India has this footwear, clothes, so India will get benefit into this. So what here we can see that we are benefiting them in terms of the whiskey and cars, and they are also benefiting us in terms of the footwear, clothes and different kind of merchandise. And tariff cut also apply to the UK exports such as the medical devices, advanced machinery and other things. So if we'll talk about what are the highlights of the free trade agreement. So highlight, we had already seen that both countries are negotiating and both countries are trying for each other to make their product much easier and much cheaper in other country. So here they are providing zero duty access. 99% of the Indian exports to the UK will face zero duties, covering nearly all trade value, means footwear, clothes, leather. Then tariff reduction, India will cut import duties on 90% of the UK tariff lines. 85% of these will be fully tariff free within 10 years. Then we had already discussed about the whiskey and gin. Then automobiles tariffs on UK cars will drop from 100% to 10%. We had already discussed this point. Then UK products with reduced duties, cosmetics, aerospace, medical devices, salmon, chocolate, biscuits, soft drinks, electric machinery. So they will also they will be available in our country at reduced price, so that we can purchase UK products over other countries' products. And UK market gains, UK to liberalize tariffs, leading to cheaper Indian goods like clothes, footwear and food products such as frozen prawns. So this history is nothing new between India and UK. We had already exchanged such kind of the items since colonial times, but this time here India as an independent nation, UK as an independent nation, they are dealing with it. So they are trying that no country should be in a disadvantageous situation. We'll have some more points to it. Labor intensive sector will benefit just as textile, marine products, leather, footwear, because these industry requires a lot of labor, and if their products will become beneficial, then ultimately the workers will be also benefited. And then professional mobility, because they are not just restricting to the IT professional, they are also offering and availing to the other kind of professionals just like musicians, yogis, chefs. So in this way they are expanding. Now digital services access, India gains strong commitments in fields like architecture, engineering, IT, telecom. Social security exemption, we had already discussed that it will prevent an employee for the 3 years. And non-tariff barriers addressed to ensure smooth flow of Indian goods and services, avoiding unjustified export restriction. So if we'll talk about that, what is the gist of today's discussion? So the gist of today's discussion that they had negotiated on various products, and they had also negotiated that apart from this export duty, import duty, there are a lot of paperwork. So we need to avoid that, a lot of paperwork. We need to make system more transparent transparent, more smoother, more easier, more cheaper. So here we have to also work on the structural thing which is preventing people to export and import from each other. So if we'll remove such kind of the hurdles, then there will be more free access to trade and more, what you can say, export and import between these two countries. Now we are going to talk about the practice question for prelims. With reference to the India-UK Free Trade Agreement, consider the following statements. The agreement provides zero duty access for 99% of the Indian exports to the UK market. Tariffs on UK whiskey, gin will be eliminated immediately upon the implementation of the agreement. Automotive tariffs will be reduced from over 100 to 10% under a quota system. Which of the statement given above is are correct? 1 and 2 only, 1 and 3 only, 2 and 3 only, 1, 2 and 3. So you can answer into the comment section. And what are the key words of today's discussion? The key words of today's discussion is import duty, import and export. Then we have this social security contribution. So these are the terms which you have to revise it again and again. Free trade agreement. So these words can be asked in your prelims examination, and if you know about these words, the related question can be also solved. Thank you. Have a nice day.
For more informative content, like, share and subscribe, and do not forget to press the bell icon to get the notifications.